Hello everyone, I am back with another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent for this battle is going to be TheKillerNacho once again, the snack. And this is going to be a battle in the UU tier. And I'm going to be using this team, which has been putting a lot of work in a lot of battles that I've had recently. Or, not recently, but you know, back then. And it's going to consist of a couple of my favorite mons like Roserade, Gardevoir, Sharpedo, and all of them. But looking at the snacks team, oh boy, it's actually kind of scary because he has not only the freaking Entei, but he also has the Zydog, which is actually scary. And oh my god, he has the freaking Cobalion as well, which is like, what the hell am I gonna do to that? That thing puts in way too much work against my Sharpedo, and it actually prevents it from doing anything, honestly. And the Zydog and Entei both just have extreme speed, which literally can just annihilate Sharpedo with just 2 hits. So, like, holy crap. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this match, honestly. Because my team doesn't really seem like it can actually handle that, honestly. And honestly, I wasn't actually expecting this kind of team from Nacho. Even though I probably should be, honestly. But, I don't know. There's times when he likes to string teams together and actually usually have fun and whatnot. But he didn't seem to do that here. He seems to have made a really, really good team here. But here, he leads with Zydoge, which was one of the mons I was afraid he would lead with. This is why I'm sending Crobat, so I can actually just go for damage. However, this was actually risky because this Crobat is not Scarf like the one that I usually go carry. And this Crobat I think was also Adamant, because you're gonna find out in a bit. But it was Adamant, and I could have actually I actually don't outspeed the Zydog if it's Jolly Nature anyway. But here I went for Braver because I thought he might stay in, but he didn't. And then here he went into Empoleon. And I went for the, I switched into Roserade because I didn't want to lose Crobat after that. Here I go into Roserade, take a Hydro Pump, which does a lot. And then I switch, I actually try to go for Sleep Powder to prevent it from going for another attack, because I didn't think Roserade can KO the Empoleon from where it was, considering it was fully healthy. But he switches into the Decidueye, and then I was like, oh crap, I have to switch out again. And then he goes for U-turn, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is just getting a lot of momentum right now. So, because here, once again, I have to switch out once again, because he goes into Entei on the U-turn. And I have to go into Swampert, which is an obvious play, but thank goodness he didn't think I'd all the time be obvious, and just as a result, he went for Stone Edge. He played it safe, so thankfully he didn't go for the Sacred Fire and get the burn. So here, he's going to switch out and go back into the Decidueye. I think here I just get my rocks up because I noticed he's switching a lot, pivoting a lot, and I was like, you know what, if you're going to be switching around all the time, I'm just going to get these rocks up right now. That would be really, really optimal. So here I think I switch out now because I don't want to take a Leaf Blade from this thing, and I go straight back into Crobat anticipating a Leaf Blade. But I think here he goes for the Defog just to get rid of the rocks instantly. And I was like, okay. Now here I'm definitely going to go for a U-turn because I definitely think he's going to just switch back into Empoleon, and I don't want to risk him just freaking getting some kind of switch advantage here. Or, yeah, switch advantage, because if I get locked into Brave Bird, I just have to hard switch and then take a lot of damage from this Specs Empoleon, it seems, because I think this Empoleon is actually Specs because it did a lot to Roserade with that Hydro Pump. I know it's stab, but holy cranberries, it just did a lot for a resisted hit. Now here I go into Roserade on the U-turn, but then I hard switch into Rotom again because I anticipated him to switch back into the Decidueye, and I did predict correctly. So here what I was gonna do is go for Toxic in case he tries to stay in and do some funny business. Maybe he'd go for his own Toxic on my Rotom, but I have Pain Split and I can actually, you know, maneuver around the Toxic. But he actually outspeeds my Rotom Heat and actually goes for the U-turn. I was like, whoa, is this a Scarf Decidueye? Because if so, that's actually kind of crazy. Now here, I'm gonna go for the Toxic once again, and he actually switches into Zydog, which is actually, it's okay. Like, I don't think Overheat would have been able to do much. And if this thing happens to get going, I can just put it on a timer. So, actually, getting a Toxic is not entirely that bad, honestly. So, here, what I'm going to do is switch out. And this was actually a big misplay, but I go into Gardevoir. And I think the switch into the, should have been Swampert, just because if he went for Outrage, Swampert would take it. And if he, yeah, if he just went for Outrage, he would just be locked in the Outrage. And then I could have just switched back into Gardevoir. But now, as a result, here, I just switch in Gardevoir willy-nilly, and as a result I just take a huge hit from freaking 1000 Arrows. It doesn't KO it, thankfully, and I was able to go for a Moonblast here because I think this Gardevoir was Choice Scarf, so I went for it. But he actually switched out, and I was like, damn it. I felt like maybe I should have went for a Psyshark, thinking that the But I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't think that my Gardevoir was Scarf, so I think that's why I went for it. Now here I make another misplay, and instead of preserving Gardevoir for fodder, I just freaking take an E-Speed here. And I should have just switched into Swampert, because honestly this thing couldn't really do anything to my Swampert, honestly. So other than Sacred Fire burn, but I honestly didn't really care about the burn. But either way, I just lost Gardevoir the way I did. He's gonna switch out his Entei because he doesn't want to stay in on a Swampert with that, and I just go for Scald, hoping to get a burn on anything he switches in, and it would be on this Decidueye, which is actually really nice, because now after seeing that it's probably a Scarfed Decidueye, it's probably offensive, which means getting this burn is actually really nice. And as you can see here, he now goes for the Leaf Blade, and I was actually able to predict that and actually go into Rotom. And here, I actually think I do try to go for the Volt Switch, I think, just because it was risky, but I actually have to freaking play my cards correctly once again. So, oh no, he goes into Zydog. And I think here I go for Overheat. It had to have been Overheat. Yeah, I go for Overheat just to get damage on this Zydog so I can wear it down much quicker. Because I feel like with just one turn of Toxic, it's not really going to do much. I need to rack up that damage even further. Now, unfortunately here, I have to freaking, switch out. Yeah, and because I lost Gardevoir, this is why it was a misplay to have let Gardevoir go down, because now he can just freely go for Outrage. And unfortunately, because of the prior damage that was done to Swampert earlier from the Entei, now I can't take 2 Outrages. In fact, I don't know if I could have, even if it was at full HP. But as a result, I wasn't able to proc my Yappa Berry, and now I just lose Swampert like that. And it was all just because I decided to let Gardevoir go. Because if I didn't, then I would have discouraged it from going for Outrage. And if it did lock itself in the Outrage, I would have just switched in Gardevoir for free and take out the Zydosh. But I didn't do that. Here I go into Sharpedo, Protect, because I don't think he's going to want to preserve this. So yeah, here he goes for another Outrage, and I knew he was going to stay. And plus he was locked into this, so I don't know. And not only that, but it dies to Poison here. And I was like, okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine, because honestly, what I need is just to get that Zydog out of here, because that's one E-Speeder out of the way, which is perfect. But now he has this Cobalion, and I'm like, oh god. This thing is not going to let my Sharpedo do anything, because it literally walls my Sharpedo of all things. And Crobat. If this Crobat was like a special attacker with Heat Wave or something, I probably would have been able to do something to this thing, but I don't, because I usually don't run it with special attacks, because I kind of feel it's underwhelming. But here he's going to switch out. I guess he's afraid to take a powerful Brave Bird. Or, yeah, but I just go for U-turn, because I figured, you know what, I think he's going to want to switch out. It can wall Crobat, like I said, but I don't know. I just felt like it might want to switch just to avoid taking damage so that my Sharpedo can come in and finish it off later. So I pivot right back into Roserade, and I was hoping that with the burn I was able to take a Spirit Shackle from this thing, and hope it doesn't carry Brave Bird. It doesn't seem like it carries it, because he just went for Spirit Shackle, and I do go for Sludge Bomb, and I do take out this Decidueye, thankfully. So here, my Roserade is really weakened, and now he's gonna send out another damn powerhouse here, and this is freaking Mega Beedrill. Definitely the Mega Beedrill. There's no way he's gonna bring a regular Beedrill. So yeah, and Mega Beedrill, yeah, there's no switch-ins for Mega Beedrill, so I definitely have to just stay in here and just lose Roserade as well. Like, I just have to lose it. And then here I think I just go into Sharpedo just to pressure it out, because right now he has +3. Now here, I was definitely going to just try to go for the Psychic Fangs, thinking he'd switch out, but I figured maybe he won't want to switch out because he's at +3. So I stayed in Protect, and I was like, God, fuck. I'm mispredicting like crazy right now. But it's kind of hard to predict him with these mons that he has, because they're all freaking bulky and powerful, and like they're just so convenient for my team right now. I switch into Rotom here, hoping he doesn't go for the close combat. He actually goes for Volt Switch, which I forgot he can actually have as well. So I was actually glad he went for Volt Switch, because now it doesn't take a lot of damage with Rotom. Now here, I think I just try to go for another switch and go into Crobat, because I didn't want this Rotom to take a Poison Jab from this Beedrill, but he just goes for the U-turn, and I was like, ugh, okay. What is he going to want to switch into now? I think here he goes into Empoleon, yeah, and I think here I U-turn again and then just sack Rotom. Because if I switch in Sharpedo, I don't know. I don't think it can hit, take a Specs Hydro Pump from an Empoleon, honestly. So, yeah, here I'm just going to lose Rotom, which sucks. I was also hoping the Hydro Pump would miss, but no, it doesn't miss. In fact, I think I noticed that TheKillerNacho almost never misses his Hydro Pumps. That's actually really crazy. But here I'm gonna go into Sharpedo. I'm just gonna go for the I think Crunch here. Yeah, I think I definitely go for Crunch here. Oh no, I go for Protect. I guess the reason I went for Protect was so I can I don't know why actually. I actually don't know why I went for it. Either way, he switches out and just goes into Beedrill, and I just go for Psychic Fangs. I get a crit with that, and doesn't matter obviously because Mega Beedrill is really frail. But now here he's gonna send in Cobalion, and I was like, oh my goodness, this freaking thing again. And now I have to just mess around with Sharpedo and Crobat, and I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do that with the rest of his team because he still has Entei, and he still has the Empoleon, and he still has this. Like, holy cranberries! And here I'm just gonna Protect to see what else he wants to go for. I think here he went for Close Combat, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna switch out. I'm going to Crobat. I guess here he felt like I was probably gonna give up, like I did the last time I battled him. So he went for the safe play and just went for Close Combat. Now here he's at -1, so he's definitely gonna want to switch out. But here I definitely predict him to switch out because he got -1. He doesn't want to take a powerful hit from Crobat, so he's definitely gonna just switch out. Now here I'm gonna U-turn once again because I have to freaking keep this Empoleon from just simply switching in and taking out my Crobat. So now here I just go into Sharpedo. Now here I don't have to worry about this thing going for another switch because it's gonna take damage from Psychic Fangs if he tries to switch in the Cobalion, which I don't think he wants right now. In fact, he's trying to preserve the HP of that Cobalion because he knows this is the thing that he needs for Sharpedo basically. And yeah, now here I just go for Protect to see what else he has on his moveset. Maybe he has something that won't affect me, but he also has Volt Switch. So he has Volt Switch and Close Combat. So I figured, you know what, right here I think it's time for me to just freaking go for a Waterfall flinches because that's literally all I can do at this point. I don't have Earthquake on this Sharpedo, and even if I had it, I wouldn't be able to flinch it like I could here. But here he just goes for Iron Head. I don't know why. I guess he thought I would switch into Crobat, but I don't. And then here, as a result, I just go for Waterfall. And it doesn't flinch, unfortunately. As you can see, it just retaliated with an Iron Head. And then here I try to go for another Waterfall, and I still don't get the freaking flinch, which is kind of unfortunate. Now I have to lose Sharpedo. I could have tried to switch in Crobat here, but I don't know. After Volt Switch, I feel like it wouldn't hurt him to go for Volt Switch either, honestly. So at this point, it was just 50-50, and I just lost one right here. So that kind of sucks, honestly. So then here, I'm just going to go into Crobat and just freaking, you know, go for the Flying EMZ, because at this point I'm not going to be able to use it anymore anyways, because I'm going to just freaking die to E-Speed from Entei, because this Crobat is under half HP somehow. I think it was because of the Brave Bird residual damage that I got earlier, or something. But here I'm just going to go for Supersonic Sky Strike and just take out this Cobalion, which was what I was trying to do with this Crobat all this time, but I couldn't freaking get around it. And then here he's just going to go into Entei, and he's just going to finish off my Crobat like nothing. And I just lose again to the Snack. But you know what, this was actually a good game, because actually it wasn't annoying like the last one that he had with me, because in that last one he had that annoying shit that was Toxapex. But here he actually brought a more offensive team, and he had a lot of good utility that wasn't annoying or anything. And in fact, he probably even brought some heat. Like, who the hell brings Specs Empoleon? Usually most Empoleons I see are usually of the bulky variety, carrying Stealth Rocks and the Fog. So for him to have brought Specs one is actually kind of interesting. The Decidueye being Scarf when it's usually a bulky Defogger or something is also pretty interesting. And Mega Beedrill, I guess it's also a pretty cool mon. Zydog was also, but I'll admit that this team was actually really overwhelming for my team, honestly. Like, I couldn't get around his team whatsoever with this, unless I made a bunch of good reads. But honestly, relying on that is really like, nah. If I want to win, I have to make a good team at the very least. But I didn't feel that this team was good enough. I was beating some people on Wi-Fi with this team, so I kind of felt like it might have been good, but I don't know. I'm not the best team builder, honestly. But anyways, good game to TheKillerNacho once again, and thank you all for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next battle. But for now, just take it easy, and I'll catch you later once again.